Okay, so we can do it here. Should hold. It's just being a little goofy. It'll work, but what you want to do, I'm going to minimize this. What you want to do, if you find the vendor that you want on this list, click on the vendor number instead. Let it load up, click your invoice that's applicable to tonight, and then do what John did and click on the little document tab when it pops up.
Seems like an awful lot of work.
You're not wrong, sorry, Paul. It shouldn't be, it should be a lot easier, but.
We'll go ahead and call the meeting to order, and we'll start with the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. First order of business is the minutes from the last meeting. Has everybody had a chance to look at it? And if there's no changes, do I have a motion to approve?
I only have one tiny little, I don't know if it's here or not. It's under Levi's Catalyst Grant. It says plain, and I don't know if it should say planned.
Probably plan, not plain.
I'm thinking so. Unless no things.
Okay.
Okay, got it.
Got it, third line, I think.
Okay.
Anything else? I have a motion to approve.
Make the motion to approve minutes.
Is there a second? Moved by Nicole, seconded by Paul. Is there any other discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed? Motion carries. Next item is the bills and the payroll. If there's no questions, do we have a motion to approve?
The sound of that camera must be off.
Not Jason and John.
Yeah, it must be that way too far. No, not the sound, that's just you can only see, so that camera must be off. If that's the one.
We were trying to save the camera from breaking.
I think that's what it is. Let's go with that. Can you see where that camera is moving or not?
It's a lot better now.
But no sound.
But no sound. And you were good last time. From what I heard.
There've been a few rentals that have used
Oh.
it. Yeah.
Gotta put a big bar lock on that so nobody can touch it.
Well, it's one of the perks of renting the place. Like, we'll have trans systems come in, or sometimes Anchor, and they'll do safety meetings, and they'll
Yeah, I need
use
that.
the system, so. Yeah, we'll come over and help get them set up, but what they do after that,
Sure.
you know.
Sure. Yeah, I know when Dawson was like 50 something, but it was watering in the floor, so you would just put up.
That must be it. Okay. Yes. Mine, 54. Yep.
That's where most of the trouble is, the street. Yeah, there's a bad section. Everyone down here.
Picture good. No sound. The picture's good, but no sound.
We all have our things.
That might be it.
What's that?
Is yours on?
It's lit up.
Lights go in front.
But it sounded like there was
Hey,
no.
that's fine. I get paid per word, so.
Nice.
You
you get paid per word?
We haven't seen next year's contracts, we'll work on that.
Right on the line.
So before we pay you, we can delete words we don't want. We're gonna delete this word, this word, this word. We don't really need this one.
Contract only says the city of.
Yes, we agree. Light up about the batteries.
Maybe it's almost dead or something.
That better just.
Oh. Gonna try talking alcohol.
Can you hear me now?
No.
Gary, can you hear me?
Welcome to Verizon. My name is Ben.
Gary, can you hear us?
Yeah,
Your name's Gary?
no.
Then you guess not be able to hear us very good. So,
Oh,
That's what we need in here, an audio guy for the hearing. Or maybe I go to that barber that's in town there and take the hair out of my ears.
I suppose something, Nico, you have to tell us a story about something.
a story?
Yeah, so they can hear if it's working.
I don't know of any appropriate stories. So we have to skip.
Jason, you know the appropriate stories? I know JR's friend, he has to have a lot of appropriate stories.
What do you want, per word, once again, what do you want to know?
Unsigned contract, but it's
It's almost
silent.
sound, so, for whatever reason. Zooming on the camera, everybody has to look at the camera so they can read our lips.
But you don't look there and just start
out, read
talking.
lips.
Can you hear me
Or
Those
now?
we-
you need one of
Need a
those-
teleprompter or something like that? Put a teleprompter on the bottom of it?
They're in big letters up on the screen.
Oh, let's all have fun tonight. After the meeting, let's
Why
have
not?
fun.
Why not?
Oh, we could have story time from the MRES,
I could read off of it.
Mm-hmm.
Are you doing your parade float this year?
Only if you do.
I am. I ordered all my stuff today.
Well, maybe.
wasn't expecting her to be there.
No, I wasn't expecting her to say that. I was hoping she would say, I'm thinking about it. So,
I did. Mine's fun and funny.
is it?
Mm-hmm.
Then I have no chance of winning, so I might as well just not even
There's a
try.
contest?
We can make it one.
We
Is there-
should make
is
one,
there a
yeah.
contest?
Maybe we'd get more people to do it if we have a contest. I think we did do a contest one
I
year.
think you did one year. I think it was like the first year and the second year, but
The most interesting one was, we had, was you, Jason? We had
I'm
the
not-
sheriff's car, my float, and the fire truck, and I think Tom Olson might have been in there. That was our parade.
nice.
All right, we're on bills. Do we have a motion to approve? Don't believe so. There
I
is.
can make a motion if we haven't got one.
Motion to approve the bills and payroll, is there a second?
I'll second it.
Seconded by John, moved by Paul, any other discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed? Motion carries. Have anybody that would like to address the commission tonight?
Good evening tonight. I have an objection to anything the committee does from this point on. We're racking up too much debt, and the only places we're getting our debt is from the taxpayers and everything. Everybody wants to raise the rates on everything, on this pool that we're revisiting and everything. page 7 of it says the tax, you know, the homeowners and the taxpayers in the city add $10, you know, extra to help pay for the food, the pool and generate money. That's in Hillsboro paper. And we shouldn't have to because not everybody uses the pool. As I found out earlier tonight, the pool this past year was in the red. So until the pool starts paying for itself and going up, we shouldn't try to be improving and spending more money. The AE2.
Can I ask you a question?
Yeah.
If you want us to not spend money on things until they start making money, do you want us to quit paying for streets?
No.
Do you want us to quit? No, I'm asking you a question.
Okay.
Do you want us to quit blowing snow? Do you want us to quit fixing the streets? Because streets do not make us money.
I understand that.
Do not even what the people pay for in taxes pay for streets. So do you want us to quit that?
No, I did not say that.
But you're saying that we should quit one thing based on it not making money. So if we're doing it for one, shouldn't we be fair and do it for all?
I am saying that we should not be stacking up things that we haven't been able to pay for to this point.
So that means that we shouldn't be paying for streets?
No.
Yes, you are, because you just said that we should not be raising things or stacking things on if they're not making money.
I am saying that we shouldn't be taking on more projects until we start accomplishing getting out of the red.
So then that means streets, we're in the red.
Well, no.
We are. We have been in the red for streets for years.
Yes, I understand that, but we put that on there, but this is something put on. The pool is advising a pool and everything.
But hold on.
Added on.
Hold on. That article is not because of the commission doing anything. That is for an outside group. But you're asking us as a commission to not stop doing things. So that means we should stop doing anything that is in the red. That means we should stop on garbage. We should stop when you get to go take things out to the dump. We can't do that anymore because that's in the red. You can't be putting it in the dumpsters by City Hall because that's in the red as well. The mosquitoes, I guess we can't do that anymore because that is definitely in the red.
I'm just saying we shouldn't be looking to spend any more money than what we are right now. That's the bottom line.
But we're not spending money on the pool.
No. We haven't, the pool, the only thing that's even been brought up here about the pool is if we could do it, could we use the land by the armory? The city commission has nothing other than that, unless you guys know there's something that I'm not, nothing other than the location has been brought to the city.
Mm-hmm.
That's it. That's the only thing that, to this point, that has been asked of the city.
But now back to what I was.
And Daryl, I want to ask you, I think maybe you should go around and ask every other community if their pool makes money.
They don't.
Okay, so you're basically telling this commission that we should shut our pool down.
I'm not saying that. I'm just saying that we shouldn't be spending any more money than what we have or don't have.
But we do have money to pay for it. We've come out of the red. We've been in the black now for over a year. We've gotten that all straightened around. We are trying to make projects, get them fixed, figure out what we need to do on a priority.
Yeah, exactly.
But Daryl, you are one person, so you come up here and it's fine to address the commission, but you're addressing the commission that as one person that we should stop do that.
No, I'm not saying that. I'm not saying. I'm just going by what's you know. I am reading about future taxes and everything for the homeowners and everything. You know, it was the pool was knocked out. On the 0.5% voted out on a 0.5% thing.
It has never been voted on.
According to the paper.
No, it wasn't. It's not in that article.
No,
There's
I
nothing
read that
about
article,
that.
that's not in there.
There's nothing in there about a half cent.
What's in the article about a half cent is that it was brought up that was a possible option.
Possible, yes.
It's never been voted on, it's never been brought up.
But the fire station was.
The fire?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's what the article said too.
Two separate, completely
But it's two separate
topics.
things.
Yeah, I understand they're separate, but still, I just don't think that, I believe in, you know,
So,
the other elderly homeowners, the senior citizens don't believe their taxes should go up, so.
Never voted to raise any taxes for a pool.
we have never voted to raise any taxes on anything in this community yet.
What the, you know.
Doesn't say anything in there about, it talks about proposing things, but the city council has not approved anything for the new pool.
And that's the different group that they spoke to, right? You read it.
Yeah, that's A23.
No.
No.
That is a I don't know if they have a name, but it's a group of members of the community that are interested in getting a new pool in the community. I would suggest if you have an objection to that, to reach out to that group.
Okay.
And I think it even said in there that their meetings are open.
I didn't see anything about this new group in that.
It's not a new group, it's the group that's been talking about
At
it
the pool.
for the entire time.
That's 2 years now.
Yeah.
And the reason that group has not brought anything to the city is because the group, they're looking at financing options. Did you read in there about fundraising?
Yes,
That's okay?
yeah. That's the old way that the town used to do, you know, get money. You know, they fundraised at the Vets Club to get to the memorial there. You know, they do dinners every night, and they continue to do that. The Lutheran Church, you know, they do these dinners and cookies and stuff like that from the Lutheran Church to raise money for their church and everything, you know? It's all community things. Our farmers market at that, which is great out there, our farmers market and everything, you know, that they open it up so that the local farmers and everybody can participate and, you know, do things for the community, like you said.
So Daryl, you're only speaking on the pool? I want to clarify, because at the beginning you said that you didn't want us to spend any new money, or any money we weren't making at, or anything that we weren't making money at, we couldn't spend any money on it.
No, I didn't say that, I said we shouldn't spend any more money.
Or any more money on it. So until we start making enough money, we can't spend any more money on projects that aren't. So are you clarifying that to the pool? Or are you clarifying that to everything in the city?
I'm just clarifying that to a pool, because a pool is a luxury. You know, it's not a necessity.
You think everybody I talk to in Hillsboro feels that same way?
Huh?
Everybody in Hillsboro feels that same way?
Everybody feels the way they want to feel, you know? I know I'm against, you know, a lot of people are against me for feeling this way about the pool.
But you have to remember, we represent the community.
Community, everybody.
And I respect what you've said. Now I know what you say. You say the elderly, there's probably some elderly that feel that way. But remember, we represent the whole community. And if we start going on what one person says, boy, we really have a problem. You know, we have to talk to our constituents, so to speak, and see what they say. If I have 20 people tell me this or that, well, then I feel okay. That's the way they feel. Don't do this or don't do that. But, you know.
Because I have elderly people that have wanted an indoor pool so that they could go use it during the wintertime now to do exercises, so.
Yeah, and that was part of what I suggested 2-3 years ago, you know, to go to the college and, you know, and Mayville, where they got an indoor pool. You know, there's other pools, you know, for in the community. You know, Mayville, I don't know if they have one in Halstead or not, but, you know, there was those, you know, you got 7 brand new pools down in Fargo with slides, water slides, more for the kids, and, you know.
I'll be the devil's advocate on that.
Huh?
You said in there was a proposed fee for the city. So let's say it was $10 a month, so that's $120 a year. How many times do you think people can drive to Fargo and get a membership or university and drive it?
The pool up here, because of our winters and everything, it's only seasonal. It's
Right,
like our
right,
farms.
right.
It's like all our farms. Right now, all the farms are basically not producing anymore. They're shut down, and we lost a lot of people, from the farmhands and everything else, it's all seasonal. And
Daryl, let me ask you this, if we completely shut down our pool, how many residents do you think we would lose that would move over to Mayville or Hatton or somewhere where they could have a pool if that's what they want?
Depending on the housing market over there, they're not gonna sell their houses here to, to go.
Housing market is cheaper over there than over here.
It's the same price.
What about
I mean,
what
you
about
look at-
families coming into Hillsboro?
Huh?
What about families looking to come to Hillsboro and there's no pool?
Well.
There's no amenities, it's all about the
Yeah, I
amenities.
know about the amenities, but we don't have all the businesses too, but, I've talked to different business owners, they're gonna, they're giving, the HEDC or whatever that is. They're gonna give, the brewery guy, $60,000, and if he don't stay open for 3 years, and if he don't do it, he's gotta pay that loan back. I understand all that stuff and everything. And you're also talking about the Subway shop being a deli, soup kitchen type thing, in there, but they want $60,000 too. I'm thinking the HEDC is their own private money and everything, it doesn't have nothing to do with the city. So, I understand that, if they wanna do that, basically that's more businesses is what we need in the town, because the people that do live here right now at this point, there's only 3 or 4 jobs that people are employing. Nicole, there's employing the high school kids and everything for the evenings, but in their school, you got Casey's and Burger King and all those, and they're all still looking for more help. It's a balancing act to try to figure out how we're gonna grow the town.
So there's your point right there, Daryl. You want to grow the town, that means that we need amenities, we need more businesses to come in, we need more housing to come in, and unfortunately, we are at this point where either we move forward or we sit and do nothing, and we won't get any more. Because if we don't put money into, if HEDC doesn't put money into things, if we don't put in money into downtown, if we don't put money in our streets, if we don't put money into our electrical, if we don't put money into our school, where are we going to be? We're going to be drying up, and then we won't have a school, and we won't have grocery store, and we won't have gas stations, and we will be forced to drive other places. And I think our community wants those things. So we have to find a happy medium. Yes, we don't want to raise taxes to everybody, and we are restricted on how much we can tax everybody. But if you also look at, we are raising rates to make sure that the entities that are doing things, the electrical, the water, the sewer, the garbage, are paying for themselves, which hasn't in the past. And the 5 of us sitting up here can't do anything that happened in the past that they spent money out of electrical and other places where before it was making lots of money and we spent it and we didn't raise rates because we wanted to be affordable people. But unfortunately now we have to, because things have raised. There's things out of our control, the same as in your household. We can't control what we pay for health insurance. We can't control what we have to pay for employees because we have private businesses that are paying just as much. And if we want quality employees to come and do the work and not spend, we have a bill for Nosteds that is $50,000 to come in and fix a few things. If we didn't have capable employees, that bill probably would be 3 times as much because they'd be fixing all the small stuff that the guys did this summer. If we didn't spend $50,000 on a street ceiling system, we'd be spending more or triple what we spent. I think we spent $300,000 on chip and seal and all of that this year, John. Does that sound right? You would see that 3 times that for all the fixes that we'd have to do. If we didn't have capable employees, I'd hear every day that it snowed, that why is there ice and snow on the roads? And why aren't the roads cleared open? If we have an outage, we'd hear people screaming because they're waiting 6 hours for power to get back on.
I've been through everything you said before, you know, before I was coming here complaining about the snow removal, many years ago, and I got the same runaround, well,
Okay.
because where I live, it's the state, because it's on 81. It's in the county, Trail County, no, it's the city plows, you know, and nobody wanted to take responsibility for, you know, doing that street.
I don't think that's ever been the case.
Yeah, I've been through here, and I've said that many times.
I don't think the city cleans up, they make sure that every road is open first. That is first priority, and then they go back, do the arterials first, which
The main roads they were doing in the past is Caledonia, but all the way to the hospital, to the freeway and everything. Those were the main roads that they had to do first, so that the people could get the emergency to the schools and the hospital, the Sanford Clinic there, and all that. That was 3 or 4 years ago.
right, but that's the same way, and then 81 is cleaned by the by the state, goes through and runs their plows first, because it is a state highway first. Then when we have time, we go back and clean.
That's when the trucks and the snow blowers come in and take it off the street.
Take it off the excess off, so that people can park there. But in reality, the road is open
Yeah,
and usable.
yeah. Well, you know, the thing I had 3 years ago was, you know, they were still plowing up into my driveway and everything. And my first cut for my snow blower was that deep.
Guess what, Daryl? So is mine.
Yeah, yeah.
When they come in and they plow it into the middle of the road, there's times when it's this high and we have single lane traffic because you can't get through. That's just what you have to deal with until the snow gets off.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, we can't. Do you want our snow budget to triple?
No, I didn't say that.
Okay, but what I get tired of, Daryl, and it's not just you, it's a lot of people, is that everybody comes with complaints, but nobody comes with fixes. Comes with a fix for us to try to make things better and do things better, but there's 5 of us here trying to make decisions. But when all we hear is complaints, we have to try to find a fix. And sometimes we are not knowledgeable or have experience in those things to do those fixes.
Well, yeah, and see, I understand that. I understand that. That's why, you know, he's head of the electricity. He's head of the roads, the roads and the streets and everything like that. He's the big, you know, sewage and water plants and stuff like that. You know, I understand everybody is concentrating on one thing, and then you're all coming together and saying, okay, we need more money for this, more money for this, more money for this, and you're trying to funnel more money to fight into get. I don't want to use the word fight, but to get into your project. You know, like last meeting that I was here 2 meetings ago. You know, we were discussing, I believe, the pool even, and well, you know, when I left that night, it was 320,000, and then the next paper they got and everything is 520,000. You know, in the banner.
Well, that was the original to do everything is 500, but we moved to do the first, made the 300, and then if there is any other fixes above that they would come back.
And there's a matching grant.
Yeah, well, that was with the
150.
A matching grant, yeah. So, see, I do listen to what you guys are doing, and a lot of times I keep quiet about things.
But I'm just saying, on this, you want the city to not put money into a pool until we can start putting it into the black. Do you have a fix or a remedy for that?
Well, right now, the only options people have, and if you've been watching the news and everything, there's venture capital coming out in that the Senate and stuff are voting on changes in the tax laws and different laws, where there's some venture capital coming out. There's some grants going to be opening up from the federal government to get to the states, but this, the individual cities can take and make an application right to.
Daryl, every single grant that opens up that we can apply for, we apply for.
Yeah, but there's gonna be more grants becoming
Casey
available.
and everybody else will be keeping an eye open for that.
Yeah, but there's.
I haven't seen a grant yet that helped pay for operations.
Well, operations are gonna change all the time.
Right, but that's where our cost is. A lot of our cost is in
Our cost
operating that
operations.
facility.
Yeah. But there's still a lot of things coming down the road, and everything. It's just a freeze on starting anything new. Is what my big thing is.
What have the city started on the pool?
Well, right now, we're already doing, the sewage, then the,
No, that's not what I asked, Daryl. I said,
We're already doing that, and.
What has the city-
Millions of dollars.
what has the city done for the pool? For this new pool, what has the city put in?
I don't know what the city has done.
Nothing.
Zero.
$0.
Mhm.
We have put nothing into it.
We haven't even been in talks of it.
No, the only thing the city's done is they did the cracks, I guess, in the bottom pool and repainted it, and that's about it. You know, very minimal.
But that's the old pool.
You have to be sure, when you're talking about the pool, you gotta be talking this, you got the old pool, and the new pool is a complete separate
Okay.
thing that hasn't, like I said, the only thing that's been asked about the new pool is, can we pursue this location? So you gotta be real careful, because people get the two mixed up and think that the city is, and that's partly, I suppose, because I'm on the pool committee, so that maybe what confuses people. But
And he's on the one for Woodland Park, right?
But the one at Woodland Park is a city-run pool.
There's a city-run pool, and a new pool for the city would be you, on you, which is.
But that's Paul as a private citizen on there.
all the work that I do on the city, on that pool is all on my time, not tied to the city commission at all. And if we get to the point on that pool where we feel we have to request something from the city, we will make a request then, and the city council can decide if they want to honor that request or not. But we're not at that point. So, part of that article there was brought out because there was concerns and questions about what is going on with the loophole. Where are they at? Well, Cole asked us after economic development if we would share some information. We
This
did.
information needs to be shared.
Right. Yep. So that's nothing.
Pool committee.
That's not.
And then your true pool community is the one that, then, is that the one that, ended up putting these, $10 for?
It was a proposal. Our pool committee has looked at all kinds of different funding options.
A proposal.
A proposal.
Everything in that article is
Not even proposed. It's an option for fundraising.
is
That's not
on that
been
pool
proposed to
committee.
the city.
Has nothing, whatever is in that article, has, nothing came from the city. I don't believe Casey was asked any questions on it. I was not asked any questions on it. It's all from that pool committee group. So I think if you have questions and concerns about that, you need to talk to the pool committee group, which you could talk to Paul afterwards, and he can point you in the
Anybody
right.
can talk to me at any time.
Well, yeah, I know where I can hunt him down, I can't hunt you down.
We're not on the pool.
They're not on the pool.
We're not on the pool. I'm not on the pool committee.
But he's not as active as I am, because we have four people.
No, John's more active on the streets and everything. And,
No, but he's saying on the pool committee.
yeah.
I didn't even know John was on the pool committee. I don't know who's on the pool committee. I know about 2 people who's on there, just because they've talked to me.
Three.
3? Now I know 3, yeah.
And it's like you said, it's just it's a group that got together and said, hey, we want to look at this. What are our options?
I think what people have to realize is, Daryl, is that what's in the paper is not the gospel.
Yeah,
And is
yeah.
not necessarily 100% the truth, or,
Well, see, that's
But
what.
if you read it, it does say that it's from the pool
Right.
group. It doesn't say anything about the city council being involved.
And I think some people they jump to conclusions right away. And the confusing part probably is, of course, even if this grassroots gets us going, obviously, they're not gonna run the pool. It will be handed over to the city to run. They're not gonna run, that's what they're trying to replace, is a city-run pool. So maybe that's where the confusion lies. I don't know where the confusion lies.
It's gonna be more of a private pool and private donor.
We don't know yet. We're still working on all that.
They're just trying to figure it out. Just like with anything, Daryl, they need a price, they need a location, they need all this stuff to come with a package to even figure out, okay, this is how much we need to fundraise to pay for it. Just like what we're doing with our streets is we need to know all the pieces before we start doing streets. If we would have started our streets 2 years ago, as we found out last meeting, we'd be replacing pipe here fairly soon.
Well, yeah, well, I was talking to the pipe man, there's blockages in there right now and on the streets.
Right, but the point of it, Daryl, is that we're doing our due diligence to get all these things together.
Yeah,
So I guess if you don't have anything else on the,
that's it.
Okay.
That's all I had.
okay, so I would
Great
reach out to
information.
Paul
Yep.
after the meeting. All right, anybody else? Okay, commissioners' reports. We'll start with Nicole tonight.
Okay. The pipe detectives were out and looks like there's 2 pipes. There was a couple of spots that they found where there was a collapsed pipe. And so Nosted's has been reached out to fix those. So you'll probably see something there on the collapsed sewer sections, but I'm glad they're finding these things for us.
Do you know where they're at?
Second Street southeast down over here, which they should be finishing up as we speak here. The other one is the street in the south side of the grocery store. That's another second avenue.
Second Avenue.
That'll be done hopefully tomorrow.
Did they find good pipe?
Huh?
Did they find good pipe in the end?
Found some good pipe, yeah.
Right in front of my
They
house,
had to go a
right?
lot farther than that. They didn't, I don't think they made it to your house.
Didn't quite make it, well. I know you were making
We
my wife was nervous if she could get her vehicle.
We planned for 50 feet, hoped for 30 feet, and ended up at 70, 80 feet.
Oh, wow. And that's scary to think about that.
And you weren't having sewer problems?
He said that I was on the good side.
Downstream line.
Okay. But nobody else complained about sewer?
It was flowing, but it was.
Very slow.
It was mostly collapsed, yeah.
If you had had a big family in those houses, you probably would have had more problems.
Yeah, it was only a matter of time, and it's better to do it now than when there's frost and, you know, it's-
Right. A lot harder digging.
Yeah.
Okay.
And stuff's backing up already, and, yeah.
Yeah.
It's-
Were they able to complete the town, or they're gonna come back?
What's that?
Is the pipe detective gonna have to come back in the spring?
I don't know what they said when it gets nicer. They're done for now. They pulled out the storm last week,
Okay.
and I think they're kind of gonna regroup. They've been here a lot longer than they have worked. They're gonna regroup and probably come back with some nice weather.
So would you say they have 70, 80, 90%?
I was gonna find that out today, and
Okay.
didn't get a chance with
Okay.
Nelson's over here. I'm gonna guess 70, 80, maybe 80% would be the best. I don't know that for sure.
Because all that information, if we're gonna plan talks on the streets, we
We talked to them.
kind of delays that a little bit probably, huh?
I'm hoping they can get A2S the footage that they have now, and they can at least,
Start.
Right.
it's gonna take them time to process all that.
Sure.
Get them going on that stuff.
Okay.
It's the bigger pipe that they have left to do. That's, was the most full, it takes a long time to clean it, so they waited all that till then. The big 24-inch pipe.
There wouldn't be any old footage from those areas?
What's that?
There wouldn't be any old footage from those areas from when they were?
I don't know.
I don't think we cameraed anything
I
before.
thought we did do some that was
They've done
questionable.
some, I know they've done some in trouble areas before.
Whether or not it was recorded is,
They're finding a lot of tough looking pipe, so, we'll be doing something with our sewer system. What that looks like, I don't know.
We'll see what we hear from E2S.
That's like this, yeah, it was all, they kept looking for a good pipe and it just kept collapsing in as they go on, so. It's been in the ground a long time.
yes, it has.
And that's all I have.
Okay. Paul?
I don't have anything. We're still, of course, waiting on location stuff. That don't sound like that's gonna be anytime soon on the substation. looking at a few other options if the one we're looking at is gonna fall through, which I'm assuming it probably will, the way it's going. And of course, I haven't got any more information from the strategic planning yet on that, other than, of course, the schedule that we had, that I sent out, so I'm assuming it's getting closer, so I'll probably start hearing more from her, in the next week or two, so.
Okay. Thank you, Paul.
Yep.
John?
Not a whole lot to add. I guess Jade said there wasn't any issues with the street clearing on this last snowstorm, so sounds like it went fairly well. Reminder everybody to move their vehicles off the street when it snows best they can, so.
Okay. Thank you, John.
Who's
Jason?
running another snowplow, you?
I have nothing.
Blower,
Gloria, excuse me.
we just ran the ones.
Oh, you just run one.
Nothing?
Nothing.
The only thing I have is that Casey did get the electrical paperwork submitted, so we'll wait to hear back on that. Did anybody think on the on the funding, of any ideas?
Talking catalyst.
The catalyst, yeah.
I haven't, I actually thought I would, or somebody call the lady that's kind of ahead of those grants and see what kind of projects other communities have in mind or what they've applied for. So I'm kind of curious. I feel like we have projects, obviously, I just don't know how to narrow it down in scope and pick that.
And who's gonna
And yeah.
tackle them and.
Right, and so I'm curious though what some of the other, like this has been promoted, like the EDCs have been promoting these like crazy, so.
It's gonna be competitive.
Yes, so I know the idea is out there, like it's obviously out there for a lot of things. I'm just trying to muster up in my mind what that would be.
You guys can think a little bit more on it. We got a little bit of time, so. The only other thing I have is I just need the okay from you guys. So, on the new water treatment plant for East Central, they are planning a pond that is gonna be put in to, it's basically for, same thing we do now, we pump all our excess dirty water into it, we let it filter out, and then it drains out, so forth. The location they were gonna put it, they ran into a couple of hiccups, and they have to move it farther south, which is gonna push them back because they need to get a study from environmental and heritage to make sure that there's no bones or anything out there. So they're asking temporary usage of our surge until that can get put in.
Tank.
The tank, yep. We'd get priority, and I would assume they're not gonna be running at full capacity when it gets there, but.
Did they have an idea of the timeline for that?
It all depends on how long it takes them to get the environmental study done, which they just found about it now, so the earliest they can get it in is the spring.
Mm-hmm.
They're hoping to, but he just wants a backup plan in case.
Sure. It's temporary.
It's temporary.
It's not
It's not a permanent.
Can't be a full-time thing.
No, and that's what I told him. It's got to be temporary.
What kind of effect would that have on ours? What are we talking? Are we talking, do we have room for that, or how does that work? I don't know.
I'm gonna have to look into it, but, so ours doesn't go into a lagoon, it goes into a tank, or actually, where our old water plant used to go into a tank, it goes into that tank. Biggest thing is that they're using it for backwash water, and that has solids that settle out. And ours already has, it's never been done, but we'll have to empty or get the solids out of the bottom at some point. I'm just worried about more building up faster, so. It's a temporary thing, it's okay, but long term.
So basically, we have to go in and suck it out to,
Somehow, it's, dewatering is what they call it, you get the sludge out of the bottom, and.
can we go in, like Jetway or somebody come in?
Well,
Or is that not
it's a big project, you gotta kind of coordinate stuff, but, and then in my opinion, if they're willing to help us do that, would be a benefit for us.
I can ask them that.
You can go in here,
Yeah.
at some point help us, let's clean it out, and when the time needs to be, so.
I can ask them that.
I'm sure they'll be willing to help.
I'm
So,
sure that,
will there's be a pond, did they just use the word pond
There's
versus
a
tank?
pond.
there is a pond.
There's actually a pond that's gonna pump into a pond, and the ground, it's sandy soil out there, so it'll actually permeate into the ground. Ours goes into a holding tank, and then gets pumped to the Red River, actually. So it's different systems.
Well, they said not that one, it's the other one. The one that goes to the Goose.
So ours can go either way.
Oh, okay.
We have 2 permits, one to go to the Goose, one to go to the Red. It's far easier to meet the permit to go to the Red, because there's more water flow in the Red.
Got it.
So we choose to go to the Red instead.
Okay.
So it's easier to meet that permit.
Because there's 2 types of tanks, correct? There's 2, there's backwash and then there's,
Yeah, there's backwash water, and then there's concentrate water from the RO system. So
Okay.
your RO system, you keep about 80% water, 20% gets discharged. We combine both of that into that tank.
That's why.
They're gonna put the backwash water in the pond and send the concentrate straight to the Red and bypass that pond. So they're gonna do it 2 separate ways.
that's probably where I got confused, because he said, well, you do it 2 different ways. And I was like, well, I thought we only had one, so that's why.
We do it because it was easier to meet our permit. We combine that water.
Right.
We're getting better sample results and easier to meet our permit, is why we do it, the way we do it. So, they're gonna do it their way, if they're able to make that work, so be it, if they gotta do something different down the road, that's kind of gonna be on them.
And then we would be on them if there's anything that we're not meeting the permit wise with their added, that they would have to fix it.
Yes, if it's only their backwash water, it should be okay. It was the concentrate that was kind of.
Yeah, it's just
That's-
backwash. What if could we give them our concentrate?
Possibly.
Would that help, Ely?
With the backwash water is the most part is the better water. So, I don't see a need for that.
Well, I just meant if we didn't have enough room, could we send our concentrate in with their concentrate to the,
We can send, we have the capability of sending it straight to the road. So
Oh, we
can
do.
bypass that. We're doing that when it first started, and then results weren't coming back, we wanted them to combine them, and not better results.
got it,
What I've been told, what I've been told.
okay.
Yeah, but if it's a temporary thing, and how long, I guess.
And I'll find out more, but apparently it just came up today. It sounded like the landowner was worried about something nearby and it was gonna end up doing some other stuff. So, and then the other thing that he brought up is that the trees against the road probably might have to get taken out. And I said, as long as he replaced them someplace. Maybe not in the exact, because there might be a pipe there, but someplace around, we'd want them replaced. Does that sound okay?
Don't bother me any.
Just so we get trees replaced back in. And
You're
not
talking the ones on the north side.
on the north side, yeah. Okay, I'll go back to them with those and tell them that, and I'll find out if they're willing to help on the cleaning out the tank, so.
I just want to make sure that you're on the same page, you know, that you and Levi and everybody's on the same page and understand that you're good to go with what they want to do.
I need to find out how much water in the pump, ours is actually pumped. If our pumps are gonna be able to, I assume they are, but, they pump a lot of water, so.
How old are the pumps? Is it time for new pumps?
They're worked on frequently because they pump a lot of water. It's basically a lift station out there, is what it is. They pump millions and millions of gallons,
Right.
so. It's doable, yeah.
Drink a lot?
You must drink a lot.
Oh. Well, I've heard that's better water than Halsted.
Yeah, that's where the, I don't know if you guys have been on 200 recently. There's a lot of pipeline down there heading in that direction.
Yep.
You want to send us our good ones over there.
Can we just set them the water that we're throwing away anyway?
That's still good, yeah.
All right. Okay, that's all I have for tonight. Zach, anything else from you?
No, that's sort of the two breaks, the two collapses were the big thing, pressing thing, and then when I have an update from pipe detectives, we're going to do that.
Okay.
We have something, some footage to go off of that.
Great. Thank you, Zach.
Mhm.
JR?
Nothing for me?
Casey?
Yep, I got a few things. Zach, myself, Greg and Angel had a meeting today with AE2S about lead and copper. We were given the heads up on what to expect for next year. We're gonna be having a public forum on January 5th. It'll be at 6 o'clock, so right before your guys' first January meeting. And it's just gonna go over what residents can expect to see, to give you guys the rundown and fill in my blanks if I forget anything, Zach. We're gonna have, AE2S is gonna be having 3 employees come down to Hillsboro and go door to door to visit those who did not finish the survey that was sent out last year. We have to have the inventory done for private residents and businesses in the near future, but it's most preferable to have it done by August 21st of 26. If we,
That's a funding thing. The
yes,
state has released funding less than planned, so it's not a lot, so we're trying to use like, get as much of it as we can. The sooner we can get some of the stuff done, the better. It's all state funding, and they're it's going through the engineering firm, so.
yep,
uh,
yep. So the sooner we can get everybody on board to get the surveys done and just, get it submitted, the better we're gonna be.
So on the surveys, so for example, I know I turned in my survey, but it came back as unrecognizable or unknown. Is that because nobody else in a block area didn't do it?
That's because I understand the confusion. So you have, for your service line, there's 2 parts. There's a city-owned part to your, from the main to your curb stop, and then there's your property that's from the curb stop at your house. You identified your property of it. We don't know what's in the ground between the curb stop
Gotcha.
and in the main, so we still have to classify your service as unknown. That's why a lot of people have the same question. I submitted my survey, I don't have lead, and
So what are we supposed to do with those?
the surveys.
Yeah,
Did you do the first round?
yeah.
So you should be good. We were told that you should not be getting a second survey with this next round thing. The letter that we were just sending, is that what you're asking?
Yeah,
File it for now.
okay.
What about those who didn't complete the survey? Are they gonna check both in and out then?
I suppose you can't really check the outside unless you dig up the ground, right?
They'll be getting another survey. That's another phase. This
For those that
door-to-door-
didn't do the in?
This door to door, they're actually gonna have employees go door to door, try to get
That's
some
what
stuff
that is,
done.
okay.
Down the road, there's hope for it to be potholing, which is like our back trailer, you suck down on both sides of the curb stop to identify the material. Labor intensive, expensive to do. We'll see what kind of funding there is.
Well, I have the solution for that.
What's that?
They pay for us to redo our water and everything, and then they'll know what's down there.
Exactly.
And we'll pay for
I
the
like
streets.
that
Okay, we'll
idea.
pay for the street, they just pay for everything underneath.
I
Take
don't-
that
I don't-
suggestion.
That's a great suggestion, saves time.
Go to our legislators on that one.
Yeah, just, hey, this saves you a lot of that potholing, is that what you call it? All that time you're gonna save, and you'll know for sure, and if it needs to be replaced, it's all done in one fell swoop. Man, that sounds like a brilliant idea.
I like
I
it.
bet you guys would all support that, wouldn't you?
I would.
Knock down our street project.
For sure would help.
But yeah, that's the big items coming down. So we're gonna stay in contact with AE2S on the progress of those 536 homes and businesses that need to get this done.
That's on the customer side.
Yep.
More on our side of things, because it's not as easy as looking at a basement. It's
The only ones you would know, I suppose, are the ones you've recently dug up.
exactly.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Did you check it when you were by Paul's house?
Yeah, they did. They did.
We only found one and it was for Nevada.
I'm pretty sure they checked it, so.
But yeah, depending on the status, we may ask for, support in highly encouraging our customers or our residents to get it done, like later in the summer, but we'll tackle that when we get there. So we're expecting quite a few to, be troublesome, I guess, just to be blunt.
We had 22% response in the first survey, which we thought wasn't great, but it sounds like telecommunications, that was a really good response.
Apparently, yeah.
So if anybody wanted to do it, they just can reach out and get the survey?
They're gonna send us QR codes, links, we have a whole media platform ready to go for it as soon as they get us the materials. It'll be in the newspaper quite a few times, it'll be on the radio, it'll be on social media, it'll be on the board, it'll be public forum here, we're gonna send letters out. It'll be on the backs of our utility bills. We've got at least 7 right now. It'll be going out on the app the week that AE2S starts. They'll start coming around to doors the second or third week in January. They'll visit each home maximum of 3 times, and after that, it's on the city to get into that house to figure out what their pipe is.
Should we put it at the QR in the back of all the city trucks so that they can do it?
Scan here.
Yep.
Have you checked your water line? No? Scan here.
Yes, I'm
Do
trying
your
to
civic
read
duty.
Man.
And then
Ask your neighbor if they're done, you can help them identify their water line.
I would say a good talking point in the future would be whether the city is willing to help on the customer side of things to cover, if they want to cover some of the cost or whatever. Right now, it's all on the customer side to replace that. That's where we found most of that is on the customer side. I've had some customers reach out to see what they got to do, if they want, and I say, right now, if you want to replace it, it's going to be on you. We can talk about helping them out down the road. There will be funding. We don't know what, when, how much.
To the curb stop,
From the,
on our end.
It'd be their
end.
Well, there will be funding available for them.
Yes, but it has to come through us. They're not gonna give the customer money, they're gonna give the city money
Okay.
for the project. I don't know what portion and what it's gonna look like, but to me, it seems like it's a constantly evolving
that's,
deal. It's constant, it's a new thing. They threw this out there, you gotta do this, and then they keep changing.
And you're correct, like at League of Cities, there was a lot of conversation from different people about that, and how they weren't having much luck, so.
But, and it's understandable, it's the families with children, small children, they just found out they got lead service lines, wondering what they need to do and what they can do.
And I know we've had
I'd love
one.
to help them out, but obviously we'll.
We've had one community, or one home here that had it and ran into some issues.
yep.
Was that in the water though, or in the house?
It was in the water.
And
And I think the child there was a child that was affected by it.
we do measures to protect the piping, to keep it from leaching in, but that's what we can do. We do some things to help with all that.
So it might be something that you guys want to think about is, coming up with a program that we pay for X amount and we can assess it on as part of their taxes to pay off the rest of it. So they're not having to pay one, because it could be 20,000 for them to do it.
Yep.
I don't know, Paul, how
And they
much
don't
is
know,
it?
and they don't know for sure what the state's potentially gonna do.
No,
So this would
outside
be more
of,
for people that can't wait or don't wanna wait.
Can't wait, or, and then say if we get any funding later that we can use, we can help pay it off. But even then, I doubt the state's gonna pay 100% of it, so.
yep. Yep, so those were the big items from today. So we kind of know what to expect for next year with this project. I sent you all an email just a little bit ago. There's an MRES scholarship out there. If you know any seniors that are wanting to go into the electric industry, have them apply. And then I have a friendly reminder, for seasonal and snowbird residents. Any after-hours work is supposed to have a $150 charge per employee. We've got a few seasonal and snowbirds, that would like their, utilities turned off for the winter, well after hours. And that's just part of the policy. So we're gonna curb this for next year. And we're creating a list in the office as of today of our typical snowbirds. And we're gonna give them a notice when they return, when they have their utilities turned back on. And then give them another reminder in the fall that if they're leaving for the winter, it's a charge unless it's, employees doing work during the day, during their regular work day. There is the Winter Wonderland event next weekend. Shout out to Public Works for decorating the tree. And then I have one last topic of discussion. There's been a request for a position to be filled. Right now in your guys' budget, it's budgeted to have 8 full-timers. Currently, you guys have, I say 6.5 employees over at Public Works. Kelby Clausen is your part-timer, and he has requested to work full-time. He has put in his notice at Grand Forks Fire Department that he'll no longer be working there as of the end of December. And he really enjoys his position with our Public Works team, and he'd really like to be a full-time employee. So that's my request I'm putting out to you guys.
When Casey talked to me about it, I thought that that would be a good way to fill our one position that we have open. And then I asked her to see if there was anybody in-house that wanted to work their way with Zach to try to take over some of his duties and kind of learn that other position, and then we could hold off hiring somebody for a while and see how things go. Because what I kind of got out of it is that if we had a full-time, we'd probably have enough to cover everything, so.
Is Colby wanting to learn the water, or?
Well, I'm not saying him, I'm saying him or any of the other ones that may want to.
Well,
See.
that's what I'm asking, is like, has someone shown interest in it, so that if you move him to full-time, you are trying not to hire another one on top of that?
Casey was gonna check, and I don't know.
The sense that I got today was there is interest from a couple of current employees to be more involved with wastewater. Yep. So, yeah.
And I would say.
And that's just from discussions between Zach and I. No direct questions asked to those employees.
We need to
But
have some conversations, see
Okay.
who's interested.
And maybe see if 2 of them want to do it, or 3, get them started, see which one shows the most progress and the better, the better gist of understanding the information.
And the other question is this Colby within the 15,
easily, he's right in town.
He lives in
he
town.
lives in town?
Yep.
Just
Yeah.
make sure we check all boxes.
Yep, no, absolutely. Yep, he and his wife are residents here right in town.
Over 5'8", under 150 pounds. So I can just go through the pipes
So we
quickly.
can put him in the, crawl down there, would you?
Go down there, would you?
Well, you might be scuba certified already.
Probably is.
That's all Zach wants, just somebody smaller than him that he can send out.
You can fit, I'll just.
Is there any other questions? Otherwise, do we have a motion to accept Kelby as full-time?
I move to accept it.
I'll second.
Moved by Paul, seconded by Jason to accept Kelby as full-time employee. Effective immediately.
Everybody wants to start
Whenever wants
full-time.
to start.
Money's all there, whatever works for her, so.
I'll double check with him. I know he was gonna be done with the fire department as of December, as of the end of this month, so January 1?
Well, I mean, effective that he can start anytime you guys work it out.
Okay. That's good.
Interesting.
Okay.
Okay? Is there any other discussion? Nicole?
Yes.
Jason?
Yes.
Paul?
Yes.
John?
Yes.
Any yes for me? Motion carries.
All right, thank you, everybody. That is the last item that I had for tonight.
So then can go ahead and close all our stuff out for
For a moment.
a moment for that.
For a few months anyway.
Yep. Hopefully we don't need nobody else quit, please.
Yeah.
All right, anything from the sheriff's office? Okay. All right, the 2026 utility rates, has everybody had a chance to look at those? And these will go in effect the first of the year,
Yes.
except for the energy surcharges would go in effect as soon as that is up and running,
March.
March. So then would we leave commercial at whatever the residential is until we switch?
Yes.
Okay.
All of the numbers for the electrical rate were pulled off of Tim Miller's presentation. And they'll be updated again next year for your guys' approval. I'm trying to see if I added anything else in there. I just added a quick note about referring to the current electric policy for full details on a new commercial charge. Load control fee is still the same. For water rates, based on the utility rate study from MAP, Midwest Assistance Program, going up to 48 as a flat meter fee and then increasing volume just seemed to be the best solution. I can bring up the chart if you guys would like, but that's the one that I thought would be the most manageable for water. Bulk water, suggested to keep the same. Hookup, reconnect fee, same. New customer deposit, same. I did add in the irrigation meter or subtraction meter from what we talked about a few meetings ago. The charges would be the same, except take out that no meter fee. You don't need to have that on there. That was a accidental copy and paste. Zach?
I don't think we have anybody without a meter, correct?
Right. Yeah.
Right.
Well,
No. Yeah, we shouldn't. So I'll have to take that off of the irrigation. That was a bad copy and paste. But Zach and I chatted about it a little bit for that subtraction meter. And we thought a fair way to go about it would be that installation and meter costs fall upon the customer and the city will pay for the node, since that's how we get all those meter reads anyways.
Our way of reading the meter, so it's our,
Kind of our baby.
yeah.
Yeah.
But I think we still wanted them to pay for the node.
You want to pay for the node?
I'm okay with that, whatever you
Okay.
guys wanna do.
Because I think it's something they want to save money on, so it should be on them.
Okay.
We wanna do the same for a regular meter versus a irrigation meter. No, new construction house, I guess that's kind of, was that, I don't know if we're talking about that.
If it's a new construction house, they'd still have to pay for whatever the meter is and then get it installed.
And then no one, is it?
Yep.
Okay. I'm good with that. I'm just wondering
Okay. And
I think the commission was that they gotta pay for the cost to get it installed, so.
it's similar to electric has a base connection fee, where we kind of what our cost is for the material.
Right, but we're not charging them when we do a new hookup on this water, on this part of it. So it's kind of, because
The current cost is.
it is, Does that sound okay to everybody?
So just update this again.
And Casey, I don't know how you want to do obviously things increase, you put a range or an estimation and then subject to change. kind of
Yep.
thing.
I did put on there, meter cost is subject to change depending on cost to the city. As of November of 25, cost of a meter is between $200 and $250.
And then note is gonna be another 150.
Okay, well,
I'll get an updated price on that.
thanks, Zach.
So we won't vote on this tonight. We'll wait till next meeting.
Okay, sounds good.
Which I think we should wait on that so that it can go out. Anybody wants to contest anything, they sure can come to the next meeting and feel that they have any issues. But
Okay.
all of our rates are based on validity of making sure that we have a balanced budget on each line item.
Has the load control at that $50 per month been applied?
That's new.
To a few houses it has been. You guys had a, policy last year that anybody who didn't have their load control devices installed by October would be assessed $50 a month.
Okay, I just wanted to see, because it said installed devices as of 10/1, and I
Oh,
wasn't sure if that was applied since the 10/1/24 or not.
It's been applied since then.
How many we do you know how many don't?
I could look, it's not many, 5 to 10 at most, so not many.
Not many? So they already know that they've, now a couple bills that they,
Well, they've been paying a long time.
They have
More than
been.
$50.
Yeah.
That's why I was asking the question, because I was like, have they noticed
Yeah,
or
those
not
people-
said anything, or don't care, or
Mm-hmm,
kind of what that?
yeah. No, I'll double check on how many we have in the system.
apparently they
and
think
I'll
they're
let you know.
saving money by paying 50, but
If they want it installed, who do they contact now? Because
The
the company
city.
that used to do it, city doesn't know.
well, we would contract it out.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, Tanner with Mundy Electric did last year's installations for us, and he did a great job.
Yeah, she did a much better job than the previous.
Yeah, the Red River one.
Mm-hmm.
And we still do have a lot that aren't working properly, but that's a winter project, so.
Just to go down the rest of these rates real quick, sewer rates, didn't suggest any changes. Garbage, I did increase that, just on the garbage side, $1 per, tote, for garbages, and then, an extra $2 per yard is what I suggested. On our previous.
On the garbage, can I ask why? Because when we got our last renewal, didn't their price actually drop?
It did drop, so you guys were originally paying $14.55 per container, per tote for residential. And so you're making just over a $5 profit per container. As of November 1st, we didn't increase it last year when we got the new contract. We increased it my very first year, which would have been December of 23. We increased it to that $20.50 range. I did $1 just to kind of cover 2 years rather than looking at it every year is what I did. So it's every November 1st is when we increase 5% now for the next, it's a 5-year contract. So yeah, I thought the less that you can increase rates, kind of the happier people tend to be, so.
And
Yeah.
that extra does cover the landfill and the roll-offs over by the city shop.
Have we been getting enough to cover them?
The roll-offs and for the roll-offs, we have been, that's been okay. We did have a billing instance, I just talked to Jason about it tonight, where, occasionally, residents or businesses will bring in dumpsters, what have you. So we do have it on alert to look out for that. We had an incident where Full Service Foods just got mailed a letter today because the city got billed for a 30-yard dumpster. They hadn't billed the entire rest of the year, but August forward, the city got charged for their weekly pickup plus their tonnage that they used. So we did have to send them a letter today just to address that and ask how it's gonna be repaid. Which is another section under garbage rates that I want you guys to maybe have an opinion on. I don't know what route to take with this. So for any of those size dumpsters, for a 20 yard, a 25, or a 35 cubic yard dumpster, the pickup fee is the same. It's $355 a week is what Waste Management charges for this year. For the 26 year, that'll probably go up 5%. I didn't do the math for it. I just added $20 onto the $355 as a profit fee, I guess. You know, I didn't know if you guys wanted to keep that or if you want me to back it off to just what the cost is, but it's kind of one of those things that we have to watch out for and bill appropriately. We have to take the time to look through every single bill now going forward to make sure that full service is gonna.
They're the only ones that use it, correct?
Correct, yep.
What's the disposal fees?
The disposal fee is based on tonnage. So you have your weekly $355 pickup fee, plus however heavy it is, that's what they pay additionally for.
And what's that generally, is that a lot or is that a month or a lot?
Not crazy, like, let me see if I can pull up their letter on here.
Well, it's no different than the garbage trucks that are going to the dump. They're getting weighed. We just don't pay the weight. We pay by, where here they pay by the dumpster.
Yep, the weekly fees add up quicker than what the tonnage fees do. Tonnage fees, when I did their little spreadsheet and sent to them, it ranged anywhere from $50 up to 100 and some for each pickup, for each pickup that they did.
And
But they're
that's above-
doing.
That would be above the 375.
Yes, yep, and it's different every single pickup, and they had, depending on the months, you can have 4 pickups in a month or 5, and they did have 2 months with 4 pickups and 1 month with 5 pickups, so they're, right now, we're paying $355 per week for that to be picked up, so.
Are they getting a better, well, of course we have the garbage. That's why they're doing it.
And it's in the contract that dumpsters fall under the city of Hillsboro contract.
Right.
So, yeah. So something to think about. I didn't quite know how to handle that. So, because it is going to take some administrative manipulation. I shouldn't say it that way, but we're going to have to watch it every single month and apply it to their bill accordingly.
I would say 5% of whatever the charge is.
5% of what the charge is? Okay.
That's just my thought. Doesn't matter the dumpster side, whatever Waste Management charges plus 5%.
Okay.
Does that sound okay? Nicole? Then we're not changing it. If they change, then it's just for our admin side to make sure that we're covered.
It's a little bit easier, I'm sure.
Sure. Okay.
Does that work for you?
Yeah, that works for me. Just some guidance on it is awesome. And then I did forget, I wasn't sure what your guys' feelings were on rental fees for your community center and your armory. Currently, you have just a single rental fee for each building. Your armory, you charge $300 per day. Armory is not rented out often at all. Very, very few people rent it. But there has been light discussion in the past on residents versus non-residents using your buildings. So I didn't know if you guys wanted to look at increasing your non-residential fees. I just put suggestions out there if you did. So for the armory, your current residential rate is $300. A suggested rate is $500. There's quite a few communities that will have a resident versus non-resident setup. And then, yeah, community center here, it's $50 a day for a resident. I threw $100 a day on there for non-residential. So, yeah, up to you guys if you want to go with that or if you want to take it off.
I think it should be residential or business, or city business.
Residential or business or city business?
Not any business, but Maybe we should say HBA member.
There we go.
Paul would like that, wouldn't you?
What's that?
HBA members get a cheaper price.
Well, it should just be free for HBA members.
It pretty much is. It is.
I like
We
your
guarantee,
thinking, Paul.
you usually guarantee them being pretty clean when we leave.
I didn't say HBA, I said HBA members get a reduced rate.
There you go. Yep.
Not HBA itself. HBA gets to use it pretty much for free.
Remember.
Nicole wanted to have a cake show down there, she could get it for less.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's what I got for price sheets, so.
So make sure to review this, and then next meeting we'll take a vote on it. The floodplain ordinance, JR is working on that. I got, if you want to see the letter, there's one here that I got as well. Next is, has everybody had a chance to review the handbook? And if there's no other changes, additions, questions, comments, concerns, do we have a motion to approve?
We do have some questions from employees regarding discussion on certification raises.
What is your guys' feeling as putting the certifications back in?
I think we just review them at the end of the year with their regular review. But we do a review and look at any certifications they've achieved and see if.
So it's a case by case?
That'd be my thought. I don't know what you guys think.
Nicole? I'll come back to you. John?
I agree with Jason, yeah, you're.
Paul?
Yeah, I'm okay with it.
Nicole?
I'm fair with that.
Case by case?
Yeah.
I think we need to have that conversation with the people that are wanting to do it, of what we would like to, depending on the individual and what certifications they want to get.
Right.
Like have a schedule, all this things what they're gonna vote for.
Okay. But you don't want it in the handbook is the,
Well, I have a hard time with the handbook side of it just because I think the certifications that a person takes should be related to their job instead of taking a certificate that has absolutely nothing to what they do kind of thing. I just don't see.
and most of them that we used to have in there were job related to some way, shape, or form.
Yeah, it was like the leadership one, it didn't apply to everybody. but
It didn't.
applied to some. Yeah.
No, I get it, so. But it did help give those that are in management or
Yeah.
supervisor positions in public
Yeah,
works.
those, yeah.
So, and
That was
Casey,
relatable.
right. Okay, any other things, questions, Casey?
I think that
That
was
was-
kind of the hot topic. We really wanted to touch base on that, just with,
Okay, so my suggestion is when we do our reviews, we make sure to write in any new certifications, and then we have to look at them individually and see what and how they're equating to.
Can they, if Zach has somebody that's interested in doing certain things, could he approach us with, hey, I have so-and-so wants to do this, can we do something, because if this is in like February, March, it's quite a long time before your review happens, so.
Well, I think that would
I
be
think
an
that would
option
kind
too.
of be part of what we were talking about in a way, but just so that you as supervisors know that if you have people that show interest, that they could come to us at any time and say, hey, we've got this guy would be interested in doing this. Is there anything that we can, incentive we could offer them for whatever that project, whatever they might be trying to get credentials for?
Or they could even ask to say, hey, we're going for water plant operator 1, could we offer them when they have completed this a 50-cent raise?
I just think things change so much, it's such a moving target that if you put it in the manual, it could be outdated, or, in a short period of time. Not that we don't, obviously, we look at ours every year, but, so,
That wasn't always the case.
no, it wasn't, and That's why I think there's been so much talk on that, because
Right.
it hasn't been updated. And I think as time moves on, I think that's gonna be a shorter time.
Well, I think we're kind of diversifying a little more and having more specialty type that, you know, not everybody is focused on water. You know, we're selecting certain employees to kind of advance in that program and be the ones that really take care of it. The others might help, but
Which is true, because we only had 4 employees when Zach started, and now we're 7.
I think we have to be cognizant too of the pay, you know, when Casey got hired, she had a long list of stuff to do. That long list, as she completed within a certain amount of time, got her that increase, not, we're gonna pay you up here, get all this done, and that's it. You know, we really put her under the rope for, you know, getting stuff completed, but also gave her a nice thing that went with that expectation. So I think we just have to be cognizant of not paying someone $30 an hour and then adding another 12, 15, 20, like go lower and make them complete it to get extra money too. Like we have to be just cognizant of the dollars.
Right, okay. Anything else on the handbook as far as changes? If none, do I have a motion to accept the handbook as presented for the next year?
What was that?
That's all our ones, right?
Yep, as far as,
Clothing and everything.
yeah, yep, we went over clothing. The only thing that needs to be added, and it'll be added once Roy's back, is a job description for him. That's it though. And then you guys have already approved the credit card policy, it's just adding that in at the end too. That's all.
The job description didn't go into the policy manual, though, it's just a job
I think
description.
they were just
Appendixes, yeah, that's it,
Right,
yeah.
okay.
Just to have readily available if anybody wants to see him.
Did
So
you
just
get
make
the
sure we-
Electrical supervisor?
No, he just,
I didn't
That's
hear.
what she was just.
she just said that.
No, I wasn't listening. I thought you was talking to her. I
Well,
don't listen to people's conversations.
Yeah, no, we're
No.
gonna tackle that when Roy's back from
When Roy's
vacation.
back, so.
Right.
Yep,
So we'll approve that when he gets it done and completed, we'll add it in.
yep.
Do I have a motion to approve as presented today, and then we'll add the electrical in later?
Make a motion to approve.
Nicole makes the motion to approve, is there a second?
I'll second.
Properly moved and seconded by Nicole and Jason. Any other discussion? Paul,
Yes.
Nicole,
Yes.
John,
Yes.
Jason,
Yes.
and a yes from me. Motion carries. All right, we got that done. We'll start reviewing it for next year. Just kidding. Just kidding.
Thank you.
All right, some reminders. Christmas Eve, the office is closed at noon. And then on Christmas Day, the office is closed. New Year's Eve, again, closes at noon, and New Year's Day is closed all day.
It's fine.
Sure? Okay. Is there anything else for the good of the order? Do I have a motion to adjourn? Is there a second? All those in favor, say aye. Meeting is adjourned.